The kind of jobs you want to get paid for are the kind of side projects you should be creating. What's going on? You're listening to episode 23 of the Perspective Podcast, and I'm your host, Scotty.D.Russell of Perspective Collective. This show is all about encouraging you to pursue your creativity. I know what it's like to doubt yourself, doubt your abilities, doubt your work, feel like you're going to get judged or criticized. Like, I know how all of that feels. And that's why I have this weekly push to encourage you to pursue your creativity, because I know you have something to offer. So if I have something to offer, you definitely do too. I'm stoked about this week's episode, and I am continuing off of Lauren Ham's initiative about your secret weapon, which is your side projects going into 2017. And part 2 of this series stems from the comment I read from her recently that said, the kind of jobs you want to get paid for are the kind of side projects you should be creating. Now, I touched on this back in episode 17, which was 11 life lessons learned from loving pizza. And you can find that episode at perspective-collective.com/17. And in this episode, I talked about putting out the kind of work you want to be known for and attract from targeted clients. You know, this episode's going to go a little bit deeper, as I'm going to talk about a good friend of mine named Ben Haggerty, who I feel is the gold standard of getting paid for the type of work he wants to create. And he did all of this from a side project, and I'm stoked to share his story in hopes that it'll inspire you to start your side project in 2017. And just so you know, I'm going to link up all of Lauren Ham's information, her blog series, her free course that you can participate in as well as all the Ben Haggerty's info. And I'm going to include all of this over at perspective-collective.com/23. All right, so let's get started. This is part 2 of the series of 3, all about side projects, attract the work you want to get paid for. How many times have you saw someone's work and thought to yourself, man, I wish I could get paid to do something like that? I mean, I know I have said that so many times, but did it ever cross your mind that how could anyone know to hire you if you're not exploring the type of work you want to be known for, and better yet, get paid to do? Well, this is your cue to start a side project in 2017. Let's dive a little bit deeper on how side projects will help you attract the kind of work you want to get by talking about my good friend Ben Haggerty, aka Ben Real vs. World. And it's been a long road for him to finally get paid by doing his dream job. So Ben has been creating music and playing with cameras since late junior high. He's about my age, around 27, 28, so this is a long time ago. This obsession has elevated him to, I would say, a level 53 wizard at producing amazing video content around music. Now, if you don't know what a level 53 wizard is, then I can't help you because I don't know what it is either. But basically, I'm just trying to say this dude is an absolute pro, but getting to where he's at now all started with side projects. His passion for making music, especially hip hop, resulted in several side projects growing up, you know, being in bands or groups. And one of his most recent groups that he was in was called School, and it was with another dude named Bai. This project led to them open up for some of the biggest names in the hip hop industry, like J. Cole, Big Crit, and Time Flies, just to name a few. While he was in School, this led to him creating all the video content that they needed, whether it was for like music video singles, weekly YouTube videos, promo and hype videos. All this stuff just allowed him to flex his video skills and his video knowledge along the way. And he learned from an early age that consistency was key for building a reputation. So back before YouTube was popping off, this dude was all over it. Not only was he keen on the power of consistency, but Ben is also big on quality. And you could always find him studying other people's music videos, someone else's vlogs. He was putting in time watching countless tutorials. Any way that he can improve on what he thought someone else was doing that was dope, you know, he wanted to one-up them. However, not everyone he worked with in his music side projects shared the same vision with him at all time. He wanted to continue to write music, continue to rap, and, go travel. And this resulted in him having to create the side project identity of Ben Real Verse World. And under this moniker, this could house all of his personal projects. Under this name, he started building relationships and networking with other people in the industry, trying to get his foot into the door to pursue his solo writing and rap career. While he's trying to make all this happen, creating videos and his love for music opened the doors of opportunity. He eventually got the opportunity of getting to shoot a gig over at the South by Southwest Festival, which then followed up with him getting a chance to fly out to LA to shoot some behind-the-scenes footage for a Chris Brown project. Pretty freaking cool, right? From there, he realized he needed to be in the middle of the action, and he ended up taking the risk of flying to LA to start his music career. Leaving a small town, a little bit of Iowa, where you're building a name for yourself, your family, all your friends are at. And he got up and he packed and flew to LA. He was serious about taking his career to the next level. To make some money and to build some relationships, he fell into doing more work for Chris Brown, which began building a bigger reputation, a bigger name for his video editing and his content creation. Which is crazy enough, this led to the opportunity to work with EA Sports for a Madden release. And in this, he got to direct the sets with the great Antonio Brown from the Pittsburgh Steelers, Rob Gronkowski from the Patriots, Von Miller from the Broncos, and he got to do this all with the rapper Lil Dicky. So crazy, his video skills as well as his love for music is creating all these opportunities. So while Ben is continuing to hustle his ass off, making all of his Iowa family and friends like me proud, his hard work continued to pay off because the relationship that he built from shooting the South by Southwest Festival gig, it landed him his biggest dream job yet. Not too long ago, he was contacted by the TDE Group to be Schoolboy Q's main photographer and videographer on his worldwide Blank Face tour. So if you don't know Schoolboy Q, he's one of the biggest names currently in hip-hop industry. And if you don't know who TDE is Top Dog Entertainment, and it maybe houses some of the familiar names of someone like Kendrick Lamar. I'm not sure if you heard of him, but he's kind of a big deal. Also on that label is Absol, J-Rock, and of course, Schoolboy Q. So the tour just wrapped up not too long ago, and I had a chance to catch back up with him over winter break. It was awesome just to hear about the hustle, how much success he had, and then seeing the high quality praise that he's received from the likes of like Macklemore and Tyler, the Creator. It's like, holy crap, dude, this is my friend. This is awesome. It was pretty inspiring just hearing about the stories that he's been on. And not only that, his vlog edits for Schoolboy Q, they dominated the huge hip-hop sites like World Star Hip Hop. He even did a Reddit AMA takeover recently, too, and did a lot of Q&As with a lot of his fans, which is crazy. So what I'm getting at with Ben's story is that if a dude from a small town in Iowa can start a side project and get paid off the work he loves to do, why isn't it possible for you? It all comes down to paying the price to get paid. For me, I believe in one rule for building a successful side project. You have to pay the price to get paid. For Ben, it started with finding something he was passionate about and he was good at. From there, it took research, deliberate practice, perseverance, and the ability to believe in yourself even when things didn't always break your way. Pursuing a side project isn't all fun and games. You have to pay to play. However, when you slowly build momentum and you see a few wins stringing together, you start realizing that you're onto something. Everything starts small, and it grows by taking it one day at a time. I repeat, if you're going to start a side project, it's going to grow by taking it one day at a time. Turning your side project into a paid dream isn't a sprint. It is a marathon, and it's all about pacing yourself. Ben has been working on his craft for well over 10 years, easily, minimum. Nothing happened overnight. None of his success right now, none of these dream jobs he's landing, none of this happened overnight. There were countless times he had to pull all-nighters to shoot, edit, and meet deadlines. There were countless times of sleeping on floors, not making a lot of money, and getting stressed out for him to finally get that first of many dream clients. Again, these things don't happen overnight, as the big rewards and the huge victories and wins, all that needs to be earned. People like Ben and all the other people you look up to in the creative industry, they all understand that you get back what you put in. So with side projects, how are you going to attract the work you want to get paid for? Okay, so what kind of side projects do you want to start? Do you want to be a successful hand lettering or visual artist with big clients? Do you want to run your own jewelry brand or clothing line or photography business? Do you want to throw clay pots? Like I know people who are doing all of this stuff right now, but it just started with the idea and taking action. Landing the dream job or the dream client happens by starting and then sticking with it, persevering. Side projects are your opportunity to master a new skill or medium on your own terms with no one handing down an agenda to follow. Side projects allow you to attract the type of work you want to get paid to do. And side projects start with you and how badly do you want it. You have this fresh slate here in 2017 to get started. So what's holding you back? And if you're feeling this episode right now, next week is going to be the third part of the series, and I'm going to wrap it up with the 3 ingredients for getting your side project exposure and attention. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty fired up about this whole topic. Perspective Collective is a side project that continues to grow and get bigger and bigger and open up more doors of opportunity for me. I'm extremely passionate about it, and it ties in well with the theme of this podcast of pursuing your creativity, because the best way to pursue your creativity, maybe not the best way, maybe not the only way, but for me, the best way I was able to pursue my creativity was through the side project of Perspective Collective. If I can make things happen, Ben can make things happen, Lauren Hom can make things happen, Tim Dodd from last week can make things happen, you can too. If you're getting value from these episodes, the best thing you can do to give back to me is to leave a positive review over at iTunes, okay? People do see these things. I mean, I even see them. It does matter. It helps the show get discovered. It helps, more people find it who may be in the same place as you. Maybe they just need that little encouraging push. The next best way to help out the show is just by sharing it with a friend. You can retweet it, you can comment, you can take some inspiration from the show and draw a cool little drawing. I will post it over at on my Instagram page, Perspective Podcast. That's the best way you can find me too, over at Instagram, Perspective Podcast. That's where I'm going to post each week the featured art. I'm always drawing an image to go with this each week. I take my time. I try to make it all pretty and stuff. But that's where you can find me, or over at perspective-collective.com. I need to give a big thank you to Blookah for all the theme music. You can find him over at soundcloud.com/Blookah. That's BLOOKAH. I just spent New Year's Eve hanging out with him and listening to him make beats with all of his crazy instruments around here. And he's got some awesome new music on its way. I'm stoked for everyone to hear it. I'm stoked to utilize it on the podcast and on my drawings. As always, I want to appreciate you for lending me your ears. Now that we're in 2017, I want to encourage you to pursue a side project. And I also want to encourage you to just keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and keep creating. You got this.